With Bert Barron, 732-545-9282. Or toll free at 888-545-9282. Your state, your home, your voice. Jersey Central with Bert Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It is 7:38, and we are back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. Got to say congratulations to Lynn in Martinsville. She heard the voice of the one and only Sparky Lyle. She was the first caller to the contest line, and she is going to the Somerset Patriots opening night game on Friday, April 27th at TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater. Congratulations, Lynn. We're going to have a great time that night. Patriots win would really be a spectacular evening. Let's hope so. We'll give away another 4-pack coming up on the show tomorrow, so make sure you're here for your chance to win. Every Tuesday morning at this time, we get together with our good friend Barry Blank from National Estate Jewelry Buyers in East Brunswick. Our feature that we call is called What's It Worth? And we've got a very interesting topic and a kind of a cool scenario that we're going to run by you today. Barry, good morning, and thanks for being here again. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And our subject today, boy, I don't know if this is something that everybody kind of dreams about, getting a phone call, or something that they kind of dread. Imagine being in a situation where you're contacted and it's congratulations, you've inherited a sizable estate. What's the first thing that kind of goes through someone's mind, Barry, when they hear that they're inheriting an estate?
Is it real? Does it have monetary value? Who's it from?
Is it my rich uncle in Schenectady? Who was it, right?
One of those long-lost people. I got to tell you, there was a story on Facebook, not on Facebook, one of the news lines about a guy that bought a dresser that at a estate sale that was priced at $300. And it was there the whole weekend if he bought it for $100.
Mm-hmm.
And they get to put it in the car, and as they turn it over, they hear a clamor of things happening and moving. And turned out that the bottom of the dresser, which did not look like a drawer, was indeed a drawer full of estate jewelry and other things.
Wow.
And the appraised value was about $15,000. And this guy, according to the story, he said, look, I bought it for $100. He went back to the estate, and he said, this is what I found in there. It's really yours. It's your family. So he did the right thing. I'm not sure if everybody would do that. I know I would certainly consider it.
Well, is that the right thing? I mean, doesn't he buy the item and all its contents? Lawfully, it's his, right?
Right. I know
Wow.
a story about a guy that went to an estate sale on a Sunday afternoon, and everybody looked at everything, and he brings this chain into me, and he says, I paid $16 for this, and I said, well, I said it looks like gold. It was 18-karat gold, and this is going back 15 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And it was I paid him like $600 or $700 for it.
Wow.
So this does happen.
Awesome. So let's talk about an inheritance. Let's say it's a sizable estate. We're talking jewelry and watches and just massive collections of things like coins and things. What's the first thing you should do, other than call you, Barry? What's the first thing they should do when that happens?
The first thing you got to do is just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Really pay attention to what you're doing. Don't run through it. And I know people who've thrown out gold, who've obviously sold gold at estate sales as costume jewelry. And, these people, they're there. I have a number of people who are clients of mine who come in with that they do tag sales. So be careful. The first thing you got to do is sort out what you think is real, what you think is not. And I would separate the jewelry first by color.
Okay.
Yellow gold, pink gold, white gold. There's another green gold. That's very rare, but you don't really see it. And then you separate your silver-looking or white-looking materials, and then you put aside in another pile what you think is costume. Then you take out a magnifying glass, and I'm just dealing with jewelry. We'll deal with coins and watches and other things another time.
Okay.
Then you take out a 10-power magnification. You've seen the jewelers put this funny thing in their eye, and it's an age-old thing where you put a magnifying glass in, or you hold one in your hand. And
a loop. It's called a loop, right? Yeah.
A loop. Right, I should know that. And you look for an indication of something like 10 karat, 14 karat, and it's marked 10K with the simple letter K, or 14K, or 18 karat, etc. It could also be marked 395 or 585 or 750 or even 999 for 24 karat, and you look for these marks. In some cases, the newer pieces will be marked plum or PB for exactly 14-karat gold. And then today, they also have to be marked with the company that made it. And then when I say mark, I mean there's a steel punch that is marked with that's like my company. If we were making jewelry, which we're not, the stamp would say NEJB or some logo that contains those letters. That way, it's traceable back to me.
And is it kind of on a blind surface of the piece, Barry? Like if it was on a ring, it wouldn't be on the outside where it would be, obvious. It'd be on the inside, right?
I would say 99% of the time it's on the inner shank on
Okay.
the side. But on some pieces from Russia, Austria, they do mark it. In the past, they marked it on the back of the ring, but that's very rare. So you're looking for marks anywhere on the item. Sometimes they're up in top of the ring, under the dome of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we really miss them on pins. They could be on the pin back itself. And then you got to think of, is the mark real or not? And
Gotcha.
That's the next thing you got to deal with.
All right, so the sorting is done. We kind of have it broken up. We have our different gold, our silver, our white gold. What's the next thing? Now we've got it all sorted. Does that make your work a little bit easier at that point?
It does make my work easier. We can tell in my office, all of us are gemologists. We can actually tell by looking at it very often and the way the stones are set if it's gold or not. But we don't go by that predominantly. We will use something called the acid test, and that's different strengths of nitric acid, which is applied to either directly to the piece of jewelry or a Arkansas slate stone after leaving a mark of the metal on the piece.
And the acid test, is that immediate and definite, Barry?
It's immediate and definite
Okay.
if you know the piece is gold through and through.
Okay.
In some cases, you have to use a file and go through the outer layers of it because there's something called gold-filled and there's something called gold-plated. And when you're testing with just an outside strike, even with an X-ray, you have to go through the outer plating of the piece or the outer layer because you're only testing the very outer layers.
All right, so immediate and definite is yes and no is the answer.
You got to still be careful. There are gold-filled pieces, and a gold-filled piece is made of 2 plates of gold sandwiched around a piece of non-gold. And those gold pieces, those gold plates are very, very heavy. So that piece is going to test as gold.
All right, and I guess if you were to be fortunate to be in this situation, I guess go into it with a realistic expectation. Don't look at all this stuff and say, oh, I'm filthy rich, or none of this is worth anything. Go in realistically and let a pro do their work, right?
I would agree. You can only do so much. And I got to tell you, I once bought a diamond from somebody who found it on the beach and had put it in their drawer for like 10 years. The right thing would have been, I mean, it's rightfully theirs, but the right thing would have done to post it online, to post it with the police department. I would just mention it or post it as a found item.
Yeah.
But we paid a lot of money for that diamond, but I hate to see how those people felt.
I guess individual accountability, I guess, in situations like that, right?
Yeah,
Everybody
like
would
in
react
life.
differently. Right.
In
right.
life,
We
yes.
see that all the time, right?
All the time.
All right. Well, of course, the 18th anniversary on Route 18 is continuing. Route 18 East Brunswick, next to FedEx office. No appointment necessary, Barry, but if you got a lot of things, you want someone to call ahead, right?
Right, because I do make house calls also, and I'd like to try to get an idea of what they're bringing in and how much time I need, too.
Yeah, so you can do your job thoroughly, of course.
Right,
All right. So give Barry a call, 732-257-GOLD, or you can visit the website as well, topprices4gold.com. And, of course, the free verbal evaluation days are continuing on Tuesday over at National Estate. Barry, should we pick it up next week and talk about some other inheritance things?
Let's talk either about watches or coins. I'll decide, and I'll see what I can do. And
Yeah.
these are going to be posted on my website, too,
Okay.
as well.
We'll take a look for it there, but we'll pick up the conversation next Tuesday, all right?
Great.
Good stuff, Barry. Thanks so much. See you then.
See you then.
All right. Jersey Central traffic and weather.